Welcome back to another day, guys. I'm your host, D Rhino, and today I'll be talking about Eric July, or should I say, the Rippaverse, and the Black Sand comics, or where the hell they are now. Um, Little dispute. It's nothing really big. To give you a long story short, basically, this black couple that are married, they went onto the show of Shark Tank a couple years back with Kevin Hart and some other dude to get interest into their comic book company. The first, I'm not sure if it's the first owned comic book company. My mind's everywhere. First black owned comic book company, or I don't know, but all I know is that it was number one for a good several years until recently, which was the arrival of the Rippaverse. Of course, that's owned by Eric July, also known as Young Rippa, and the guy. I think the man who the husband, he's been throwing quite a fit about young Rippa's Rippaverse doing so well in just a span of, like, let's be honest, not even a week, reached $2 million in under a week. Very, very impressive. And of course, this other guy, the owner of Black Sands, he was kind of throwing a fit just because it took him years to reach that amount. And he pitches their little model, or their pitches, that they want to help other black creators put forth their ideas and make it into reality. But it seems like, and I was very cautious with them for first. I wouldn't have known about them. I never heard of Black Sands comics until a year ago, when a relative of mine shared a link, and they're like, she was trying to say, yeah, this is for black creators of who you might like it and all that. So I checked it out, and I was like, first of all, I'm saying, like, they're not gonna take me in because I got some adult artwork in my book, and I'm not even working on a comic book, really. I don't know if they branch into actual novels now. I don't know, nor do I care, and I don't want to be associated with them. I don't want to be, I just do not want to be involved with them at all, just because they don't want to do they're basically saying that Young Rippa is no, they will not work with him or anything like that, and they despise him just because he did everything right, and he didn't have to go through investors and all that shenanigan, unlike how they did. So wow, what a way to hurt your business, especially when it's still young, in my opinion. I mean, I really, have you ever heard of Black Sands Comics, or whatever the hell it's called now? I like, you literally would have to, like, encounter their product, because you're not really going to hear from anyone. Not really. You're not going to hear from, like, do you hear people talking about, oh, did you see that Black Sands Comics new stuff come out? No. You don't hear it. You don't hear about them talking about it. You have to, like, really reach in deep, or unless you've seen Shark Tank and you've been following them for ever since, or you're on their Patreon or whatever. And that's another thing. They Eric, what sets Eric July so differently than them is that, of course, he did everything with his own money, $200,000 worth, to be exact, and that's like lawyer stuff and everything. So he, bought his own warehouse, what artists, editors, whatever, what he needs to, what you need to actually have comics. And of course, the comics are already printed too. So it's not like he's at the halfway point and then asking for money. No, everything is basically done. And he's saying like, hey, everything's done. I just, you guys want it? Here, you can buy it, and it'll be shipped out in late September. He's not really doing he's not. I don't know. I don't know if you can call it crowdfunding, but he has his own site. He's not going to Patreon. He's getting 100% of the revenue, but he's reinvesting it into the company as one should. I mean, it's not going to, it's not going to investors or anything. As Young Rippa said, he doesn't have to answer to anybody except for his customers. Those are the people that are putting their money into his company, into his product. They're the ones that keep it alive, and that's what it should be. No middlemen. Cut the middlemen out. It gets me just a little bit frustrated with people, regardless of race, with people who say, oh, I want to do this and help the community, and then when someone actually is doing a lot more better than them, then they want to get all pissed off about it because they're not numero uno or whatever. We got a word for that, and that's called narcissism. Of course, I personally, if it was me, if I was that guy who made that comic book company, the Black Sands Comics or whatever, I would look at this Eric July guy. I'm like, damn, this guy made $2 million under a week. I need to call him up. I need to get my people. Have Cheryl or Sherry or Jonathan call up his people, and let's start a collaboration where I can gain his audience and he can gain my audience, and we can make money at the end. And plus, that'll get more of my product out there. People will be knowing my stuff. Hell, how many subscribers does Young Rippa have? Let me check. Of course, I'm on the freaking PS4 version. Okay, so what I can gather is that this guy has probably around 15,800, but Rippaverse Comics has 2,3500. Backwards Music has 44,200 subscribers, and his other one being Liber TV or Liber TV is 5.96. So this guy, this guy has some numbers, has some serious freaking numbers. Combine all that, man, you're getting, that is a humongous chunk of people right there that will just know my stuff just because I'm collaborating with this YouTuber, or I want to say YouTuber, an artist. That's what the guy is. The guy is a freaking artist. I mean, seriously, what a way to just hurt your company, man. Just short-sighted, not even long-term thinking, just getting angry just because another black guy is doing better than you, and he's basically he's numero uno now, and the guy's number in the Black Sand Comics is number 2 or whatever. Wow. As they say, envy is a sin, and this all these I've been waiting and biding my time with making this video, because now we're just getting into the week, into an actual week. I knew that all these weirdos would come out and start saying their usual nonsense, like, oh, he's an Uncle Tom, he doesn't like this, and that makes him a Trumper or whatever. You know what these guys you know, the usual shit these guys will say just to discredit a hardworking man or just a hardworking person in general. And instead of, they're so focused on spreading that terrible energy, and it's like, you have all this energy to do that, but you don't have energy to actually better yourself or try to better yourself or do something creative. I guess not, because I mean, I don't know. But congrats to young Rippa with being so successful. Basically on the first day, let's be honest. The first day he already reached like what, a million, I believe. The first or second day, a million. And then, you know, wow. That's totally incredible, man. Holy cow. Wow. Wow, that's impressive. That gives me hope, man. That really makes me feel motivated to like, man, if he can do that, I sure as hell can you know, give a try at that, man. But you guys know me. I'm not trying to be like this head honcho guy, or you know, this really big guy I'm not trying to be all that. I'm like, look, man, at the end of the day, I just want y'all to have a great story. You know, I want you guys to feel that you know, you didn't waste money and you got some good of it, and continue to support it. That's it. Really. I mean, it's early step. It's like the beginning steps of what leads to greatness, man. Of course, it's gonna take some time, but you know, I'm willing. I'm willing. You know, instead of being like these weirdos and complaining about every damn thing, you know, I'm taking life by the reins, or I'm trying to, and you know, trying to make my own path, forge my own destiny. So, I think that's it, guys. Really. I'll see you next time.